about it. If I say Lamar, who do you think of first now in terms of sports world, even just the movies, entertainment? If I say Lamar, who do you think of first?
Yeah, there's just Jackson.
Jackson, right? Is that it? You could, yeah, because you can't even go LeVar. LeVar is for Burton. So you can't go LeVar. Is he the most famous Lamar right now?
Well, it used to be Lamar. It used to be Lamar Latrell for a while from Revenge of the Nerds, and then
No, LeVar is ball.
LeVar Ball. All right.
And the original Lamar was Odom.
Oh, that in L.A.
Hey, you better put some respect on Lamar Hoyt's name, though. He used to be a pitcher.
Lamar Jackson is the
Sox.
most famous Lamar then right now.
Right now, I think Lamar.
He's hot. If I say, hey, like one of the hosts in Vegas, they come up, hey man, I got Lamar with me. We all should know who that is, right?
Yeah, Family Feud. They go famous Lamars. There's going to be 90 with Jackson.
Yeah, right.
Not Lamar. Well, Lamar Jackson, the most famous Lamar, was introduced to the media after signing the biggest contract in NFL history. I just want to hear a little bit of sound because we haven't heard from Lamar outside of his social media. So finally, here's Lamar Jackson kind of talking about the process of talking to other teams.
I really didn't care for other teams, really. I just really wanted to get something down here. I wanted to be here. It was like, man, okay, other teams cool, but I want to be a Raven. Like I said something 2018, I think it was April 26th, if I'm not mistaken. And I meant that, I'm standing on that until I get it done. So I really wanted to get this done before anything, before my time up and branch off somewhere else. I really want to finish my career here and win the Super Bowl here.
Yeah, Lamar.
I like Lamar, man.
He cool. He is who he is, meaning that he's a loyal guy. His teammates love him. The organization loves him. This was just a negotiation between a player and an organization and a general manager and owner that they were going down this route.
Yeah.
We had never seen this. Was unprecedented.
Had a lot of people caught up in their feelings. It
a
had
lot of
no
people was in their
reason to
feelings.
be caught up in their feelings. Had nothing to do with them.
I was never upset. I just wanted to get done. I think that you needed a template for the contract. When Jalen Hurts got his contract, that was the template. That was what needed to happen. That's when I was like, okay, there it is now. We can finally relax. They can get a deal done. Mm-hmm. It was so hard because there was no precedented contract to really work off of.
Yeah.
What were you going to work off of? You can't work off the Mahomes deal because that deal was kind of old. You can't work off the Rodgers deal because he's in a different point in his career. You're working off a deal for a guy who's not, we can all agree, is Lamar Jackson not even in his prime yet? I mean, he's 5 years in? Is he almost there? He's entering his prime?
Yeah, he should be entering his prime. He's 26.
26? So I'm saying that the prime
he was super
years,
young when he entered the NFL.
Correct.
We played that Joe Burrow clip. Joe Burrow was still in college, and Lamar was in the NFL and still younger than Joe Burrow. So, yeah, he should be entering the late 20s, early 30s for a quarterback is your prime.
Because I'm looking at what the Denver Broncos gave Russell Wilson last year, and I'm saying you gave Russell that, and I got a young thoroughbred over here in Lamar. That has to be, his contract has to outlast that. It has to be better than that. So a little more Lamar because, look, teams weren't really accepting of trying to give up 2 first-round picks for Lamar. So a reporter asked Lamar about that, about flirting with other teams. Here's Lamar. And also recruiting Odell Beckham.
Seen Odell Beckham was, recovered from his injury and stuff like that, and he reached out to me. I'm like, you think about coming to us, because I'm still part of the Ravens. Like I wasn't saying like, no, I don't want to go there. Like that's not my team. It was, I was hyped about it. I got Rashard, I got Duve, I got Mark, Likely, I got all these guys, and then a new addition like him. Like with his resume, it's like, yeah, we can improve our receiver room and we can go somewhere. So I was definitely like hyped about that.
I always love that. They go by everybody's nickname. We got Duve, we got Likely, we got OBJ, we got Shad, we got MA. So you're like, okay, now you got to go through the checklist of who all these players were. Lamar sporting a new dude, where he didn't get the braids done up.
He just took them out.
He just took the braids out. He got the little crinkle look going on. It's a little Lamar.
That's where the waves come.
I like that for Lamar, man. But look, the deal is done. The story is now over with. And now I look at the Baltimore Ravens as a true competitor, a true team that we have to look at, especially with the addition of Zay Flowers. We talked about OBJ already. the Ravens are one of those teams. I talked about it earlier in Kirk's top 10 of the AFC. Baltimore sits at 4. Would we be surprised if Lamar finds his way into an AFC championship? I'm not. They got better defensively, I think, with what they did in the draft. Roquan Smith signs a big deal. They got Trenton Simpson. I'm just talking about linebackers. They got some corners as well. Saw Rock Yassin also signed with the Baltimore Ravens as well. So they're bringing in some pieces that can get them, I think, to a conference championship at least. And then all of a sudden, if they're playing in a Super Bowl, man, woo,
do you think Lamar's got to win one in this contract?
Whew, that's a good question. That's a good question. I think he's got to make one.
Okay.
Make one. Because are we going to look at anything differently because how crazy that the AFC is? Just getting to the conference championship alone is a win, I think, right now in the AFC. Really.
Yeah, I think we hold Joe Burrow in a little bit different light than some of these guys because he
just won. He just got there, right?
And he was, a crazy Aaron Donald play away from potentially winning that game. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think it's similar to. I hate to make the comparison, but you kind of have to. Just how hard maybe the Eastern Conference was back in the NBA. Remember how hard it was to get out of the East. Mm-hmm. And you had to go through so many different teams, like 76ers, the Knicks, Washington, everybody. And then finally, when you broke through, it's like, well, Michael Jordan didn't win until this year, but look how hard it was to get through. I look at the AFC right now. It may take.
Stacked.
Trevor Lawrence may never get there. Let's just be honest. And he's an outstanding young player. Justin Herbert may never get there.
Look at your top 10, right?
Yeah.
At what number... Obviously, where do you put the Eagles? Are the Eagles third or fourth? And they're probably the only AFC team that would crack this top top 8, maybe?
Yeah.
NFC team.
NFC team. Yeah, I know what you said. Yeah. I mean, right now, Jalen Hurts. I mean,
it's kind of the Eagles and everybody else in the NFC, and they're still behind Eagles, Chiefs and Bengals, and maybe Buffalo.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.